Bandwidth for First Updates Now is supported by AndyMark. Are you competition ready? Go to andymark.com and keep your team inspired. And by the Blue Alliance. Keep up to date on all live and archived First Robotics events and team stats at thebluealliance.com. First Updates Now is brought to you by viewers like you. Fun relies on the generous support of our fans in order to continue to keep creating content. Please consider donating, giving bits, or subscribing. Subscribe for a few bucks a month or for free through Twitch Prime. And don't forget that our subscribers get 5x chance to win on all giveaways.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to We the North Recap. Tonight in the show, we will preview Week 1 events, give some top 25 predictions, and at the end, we'll take some questions from the chat. Reporting from First Updates Now, I'm Lenny De La Cruz.
I'm Chris Braun.
I'm Parth Patel.
And I am Praneet Trivedi.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the show, how about we introduce ourselves to the Fun Nation, fellas?
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I'm Parth Patel. I am currently the drive coach and a teacher at Crescent, also known as Team 610 in the FRC community. Been a student on 188, mentor Team 1241 for a couple years. I'm also known around Ontario as an FTA. I volunteer at several events. So that's me.
Cool, man. For those who don't know, my name is Lenny De La Cruz. I am the lead mentor and drive coach for Team 1018 in Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been a student in 1018 since 2007. And then once I graduated, I just stayed on. So I'm crazy, but we'll see.
Nice. Like I said, I'm Chris. I'm a lead mentor of 3883 in Minnesota, Cottage Grove. I was with the team in its first year in 2011 as a junior, and then had to do that graduating thing, but I had to come back and continue mentoring, so it's been a great time.
My name is Praneet Trivedi. I am an alumnus of Team 188 and currently mentoring Team 3683, known as Team Dave. I'm also known around the province of Ontario as a senior district head ref, so yeah, you all got rule questions, come to me. I got y'all backs.
Nice. And then we also have Dan, who's in the chat holding it down. Dan was on 2704 Roaring Robotics for 1 year, and then 2451 Ponage for 2 years. Dan did a little bit of everything in FRC, but focused on scouting and strategy. Now, let's get to the previews. Chris, go ahead and pop it off.
All right, well, we're going to start out with an inaugural event at the Great Northern Regional, which will have 47 teams. But there's going to be a whole lot of Minnesota teams invading North Dakota for that event. There's only about 4 teams that are actually from North Dakota that will have that home field advantage. But like I said, a lot of Minnesota teams caught wind of that regional, and it looks like they're going to head that way. But there's about 3 rookie teams there, 70-48, 72-35, 72-57. And we also have Einstein finalists, 1986, Team Titanium attending. So it makes for some great matches, and it's going to be should be a pretty great time.
Well, I guess I'll take it up a little bit north of the border. I'm covering the Georgian College District event, which has 29 teams competing this weekend, and 5 of them are rookies. It's going to be a closely contested quals as teams try their best to make the playoffs to earn those extra district points. Notable attendees are the 2017 Triple District winners, Team 4039 Makeshift Robotics,
Trips.
Local favorites Team 2013, Team 5024 Radar Robotics, who won the Western University District event last year, along with Team 4039. Team 1305, Ice Cubed, is making their way down from North Bay to come steal a blue banner or two with their robot Arcadius, which is being demoed. Thank you, Tyler. And Team 1360 revealed their machine Vanguard to the world this past weekend at the Robo Reveal show that First Updates Now hosted, and they're looking to make a splash in the arcade as well. However, the dark horse at this event, I would like to call them, is Team 1310 Runnymede Robotics. They were working on a double ramp mechanism, which may be on and working now, may not be. We won't know until this coming weekend. A solid Q-bot with a ramp bot could go deep in the playoffs. So that's that for Georgian Bay. or Georgian College, I guess. Let's head on over a little out east of Montreal. Lenny?
55 teams are going to be competing in the Robot Party of Montreal. Festival de Robotique has an international flavor, bringing teams from all over, like France, Brazil, and Hawaii, just to name a few. The entire winning alliance from last year will be there looking to two-peat. Team 5528 Ultime Nouveau from Quebec, 3386 Tournardes, also from Quebec, and 5553 Robo Lion, who was also the chairman's winner last year. Some of the other teams to look out for there are Team 11, Mort from Flanders, New Jersey. Also, Team 359, the Hawaiian kids. You all know them and love them with the funny shirts. Not funny, the dope shirts. And then, of course, we also have the former world champions, 296, the Northern Knights. Canada always has high-level matches, and this event will be no different, right, Pratt?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, Montreal is always a great show. And if I wasn't competing this week, I'd probably be watching Montreal, if not volunteering there. By the way, if you're a volunteer, go to Montreal. They treat their volunteers amazingly well. Anyway, bringing it on over to the Durham College event this week. I'm going to have my handfuls trying to keep track of all the talent that's competing here this week. All three winners from last year's event are again at this event. So, All Spark 9, that's team 4939. They had 3 district wins themselves last year, looking to come back, and I know they want to just come back and make a splash. Along with them, we've got the Waffles. They're going to make an amazing first run at this event. We've practiced with them over this last week. They came over to our practice facility, and they were just absolutely crushing it. They're super speedy. Their drivers look very confident. Looking forward to seeing how they do. A robot that I'm particularly very invested in is 2609 Vault Boy. Their reveal video looks absolutely sweet. Tyler's got it queued up for you guys. And their robot looks really sweet. And I think they've got the unique feature of the pass-through intake. It's going to make a great effect on just how fast you can run those exchange cycles, or the vault cycles as they're called.
Fastest vault bot in the world, baby.
I think so. And the 3-cube auto and all of that. I mean, I'm really excited to see how they hold up at the Durham College event. I'm sure they're gonna have quite the wave that they're riding on. I also want to throw a big shout out to a rookie team 6867. They have an amazing mentor. He was actually my mentor when I was a student on 188, and he's just an amazing guy to work with, and I know he's going to do a great job. And that school's got a lot of support from the administration as well. So keep your eye out on this team. I mean, they might start slow, but I think they're going to be pretty good coming through the years. I mean, that's just one of the week 1 events, and we've got lots more teams, lots of action week 1. Lenny, what else is happening?
Well, it's going down at Wright State University, Miami Valley Regional, where 61 teams will battle it out and try to punch their ticket to champs week 1. And what a lineup of teams we have. We have last year's champs, 48, Delphi Elite, 144, The Rock, 1038, 1014, 1675, 3010, 4028, and I got a shout out, of course, Team 234 from Indiana, Team 868, and 3940 holding it down over there in Ohio for all the corn lovers over here in Indiana. And honestly, this is a much-watched week. There's not only for people in the north, but everyone. This is and of course, I have a bold prediction on the record. There's going to be a top 25 performance here.
A top 25 performance? Well, let's get into some predicting. Let's do it.
All right, well, I already, let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to go outside the box from the normal people that people pick on the top 25 predictions. I'm going to go with a team that everyone should know by now, Team 4028, the Beak Squad. They had a solid season last year, and I know they're hungry to really take it all the way this year.
Yeah, and I'm going to go completely inside the box on this one, I think. They're defending district event champions at Durham College. I'm going to have to go and throw my hat in for Team 1285. They are always in the mix. They've made the list for top 25 in previous years and previous seasons. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they make this particular top 25. At this point, I just want to throw a quick tip for everybody out there competing week 1. I call it the FTA connection secrets to connecting to the field. It works a lot better if you remember to turn your robots on. Praneet, take it away.
Well, thank you for the segue, Parth. I'm gonna go with the colorful powerhouse team 4039. they usually come out of the gate with a simple but effective machine, and this year should be no different, and it's going to pay off. Now, following up on Parcel tip, I guess I'm going to go with the first head ref pro tip, and I'm going to stick it with some simple stuff. It's just going to call it RTFM. People read the first manual, so you don't end up in the question box too often, or losing matches from random tech files. Remember to read the team updates, kids. There you go.
That is a very, very great tip, reading that manual. I'm just going to throw it out there, maybe 1986 Teen Titanium. I know it'll be their first event, and Dan was saying they struggled a bit, but, they made it to Einstein. I feel like, they can carry some of that momentum. They'll should be a good pick for that top 25.
So those are some solid picks. I know Dan has been grabbing questions from our not yet 420 but still dank chat. Let's see what they have for us. And before anybody asks, I will declare this disclaimer. They are making me say this. I do not agree with any of this. Yes, raisins go on brownies. No, they don't. And pineapples don't go on pizza. Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
No pineapple.
Can we just get a consensus, at least, that pineapples do not go on pizza? Can we at least agree?
Yeah, I think everybody, we the North, we agree. Pineapple's not on pizza. Praneet, you don't count. You don't get a vote, so it's fine.
Dude,
Pineapple does not belong on pizza, ever.
Hawaiian pizza was made by a Canadian. It's got ham and pineapple on it. How can you not be on board with this?
Listen to the voice.
No pineapple on pizza.
Until you start sounding as awesome as that, you have no argument.
Oh, well, I'm...
I see Dan's populating some of these questions here. First one's for me, or it's targeted towards me anyway. Any suggestions for where to put your battery? I mean, step one, put it in your robot, preferably not on, as in on a place where it falls off your robot. Inside, plug it in, turn the robot on. It's funny, but at the same time, there's always a team that forgets to do it. Don't be that team. If I have the microphone and I'm an MC, I'm calling you out. Don't get called out by the MC because you forgot to turn your robot
on.
That's just rough, man. Oh, baby. Oh, the next one is for me from Salty Pulpy Juice. Praneet, who's your favorite student? Oh man, it's a tough one. But I'm just gonna have to go with Juice as my favorite student because I do like that name very much. And you're a good kid, Juice. I know you're watching. And I'd like to point out, Karthik agrees with me. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
Wrong.
Thank you, Karthik.
Still wrong.
No.
Always wrong.
No pineapple. No. There's just no. So much no in that.
And I think PJ. I think PJ asked. He asked me earlier. It's like, hey man, can I ref in Ontario? All you got to do is read the rules, man. All you got to do is read the rules.
Hey guys, an interesting question just came about too. What other events are you guys looking forward to in this region?
I mean, I'm always looking forward to the two Duluth events because it's all under one roof. It's two competitions going on at the same time, and there's just 120 teams under one roof, and it's crazy. Been there a few years, and it's nuts.
I know for me personally, I'm looking forward to the playing field event in Indianapolis, Indiana. The second events are usually the best ones in Indiana, so I'm really looking forward to competitive play here and State of the Corn. And then it looks like Karthik has a question as well. How much do you think the scale will be used at Durham and Georginian? 50% of qualification matches? 75? 95?
Karthik, you want to answer the first one?
Yeah, I'll take Durham. I know like my team, we plan on using the scale 100% of the times in our matches. How much do I think I'll change the question a little bit, Karthik. How much do I think the scale will impact the competition at Durham? I'm going to say somewhere between the 50-75% range. I just don't know if there are a lot of teams week one who are ready to throw an absurd number of cubes up there. I mean, you're going to see some cubes on there, but like at an impact level, I'm going to say probably tops off at 75%.
Okay. I think given a little bit of the history of the teams attending the Georgian event, I'm gonna have to agree with around the same time, same percentage. Maybe, yeah, three-quarter of the matches will be like it'll be used, but I don't think you'll see more than like 2, maybe 3 cubes on it, given the difficulty of the challenge and how tough the season has been for a lot of the teams. But I think that's going to get picked up as the events go on. So, yeah.
Nate, you're a referee. Maybe you can answer this
Yeah.
one. What do you see being the most common foul or tech foul during week 1?
I'm not a fan of this kind of question. I even know the person who asked this one, but I'll go with there's a couple that come to mind readily. One is going to be obviously the tech foul in the null zone, and that's going to end up deciding a bunch of matches, and it's going to make people really, really sad. But I'm going to have to call them if I see them. And I think the other general foul, I can't really put my finger on it, but I think for some reason I'm thinking somebody's going to end up possessing more than 1 cube. That usually we all thought that wasn't really possible, like, last year's game when people couldn't hold 2 gears, or like the year before where you couldn't run around with 2 balls. But I think someone's gonna manage to manipulate more than 1 cube at a time, and I'm gonna have to call that.
How about you guys, Lenny or Chris? Any input on what you think the most common foul is going to end up being?
I haven't thought about that a whole lot. Yeah, I'd have to do some more thinking about that.
Yeah, actually, a more interesting question to me came up next also that Dan threw up was, what will be the most used power-up in week 1? I don't know about you guys, but levitate. I mean, I just see levitate being abused week 1. I know my team personally chose not to climb this year, at least not for week 1. So I know that's one that we kind of determined that we can use that one to get over the fact that we're not climbing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 30 points, it's a huge swing. I mean, it's 3 actions for 30 points. So it's like, if you think of it as like 3 cubes, 30 points, it's like 10 points per cube, whereas putting them on the scalar switch, they're not worth guaranteed points. So like in terms of cube points, it's worth more. And you're right. No one, or not no one, but a lot of teams that might not be ready to hang week 1.
But you see, Parth, it's actually not worth 30 points. It's actually worth 45 points, because you forget each cube in the vault is worth 5 points. Oh, right, my boy PJ pointed it out. Yo, he can be a ref. He read the rules.
Oh.
Reading the rules for the win.
I think
that was a pro tip.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting how that's gonna work out, and I'm gonna segue that into the next question, which is gonna be like which tournament's gonna produce the highest score in week 1. I think the question we should be asking is which tournament we covered is gonna have the lowest score, because that means the event's more competitive. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah, absolutely,
definitely.
So, guys,
I don't know which event. I'm not putting myself on this one. I'm competing week 1, so
I'm just going to say the Great Northern Regional. It's an inaugural event, and my team's going to be there. I'm going to be there, so it's just going to be the best.
It's not even the northernmost event this week. Why do you guys even call it?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say, man, just you guys up there in Canada, just the level of play up there. I always look when I'm scouting and I'm trying to what I do here at my team. We look at you guys as an example. So I definitely expect a high level of play from you guys week 1.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we continue to elevate the level of play. We always look to do that up in Canada, and hopefully that's what my team's doing at the very least. I can't speak for everybody, but I know that there's some really good teams competing this week. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for tuning into We the North Recap this week. If you want more First Robotics in your life and like what we're doing here and what everybody else is doing with the other region recaps, please go on and share this with everybody else. And if you've got a few bucks to share, we sure would appreciate it. It helps us keep the show going. But if you don't, that's totally cool too. We're absolutely delighted to just have you on board with us. On behalf of myself, Chris, Lenny, Praneet, and our producer Tyler, and Dan in the background, I would like to thank you for tuning in, and thank you to all of our moderators in chat. The next show you're going to be seeing today is Best of the West. Talk to you next week on We the North.
Bye, Mom.